Hey everyone, it's Katsumi, and today we're doing a timeless love reading, so whenever you find this, trust that there's a message here meant for you. Now, let's unravel what's unfolding in your love life and what are the current feelings of the person on your mind. Ooh, okay, number 10 and 15 might be of significance, so either that's the 10th month of the year, 10th day of the month, or something along those lines. So 10 and 15 could be 10 weeks, days, months from now. So that might be of significance to you. Okay. And then there's also some very interesting runes we've got here. So starting off, we have Awas, which is all about trust, teamwork. There's a sense of loyalty, movement, and progression in terms of the feelings that this person has for you. There's also a lot of cooperation, a sense of relationship and bond here, starting off with the reading. So that's a very good sign. So we have a little bit of a double message there from the universe while I was touching this dice. So you have Wunyo, which is about joy, happiness, fulfillment, and harmony. There's also a lot of success in terms of how this person feels towards you. There's a sense of comfort. There's also a little bit of celebration and emotional satisfaction that we're getting here. But for some of you, there might be a little bit of challenge and conflict as well. But there is a sense of breakthrough and there's a lot of protection around some decisions that are being made at this time. That might be a little bit challenging in terms of the feelings or within the relationship. And then we also have Sowilo, and that's about victory and also a sense of clarity. You have some success popping through here and a sense of confidence in one's feelings. So that could be towards you or how they see you at this time. And that's being illuminated as well within their perspective of you. They're seeing a lot of clarity in how they view you, right? Excuse me. Okay, so let's jump in a little bit more to get a deeper understanding as to how they're feeling about you at this time. How they're feeling. I was getting the word like multiple people for some reason. I don't know. Maybe you're interested to know how multiple people feel about you because some of you might be having some choices perhaps as well. But you do have gratitude. So this person has a sense of gratitude towards you, right? They feel they have a sense of openness to receive and give love back to you with joy and gratitude. I welcome you into my life. So there is quite a bit of welcoming and feeling a sense of clarity in how they view you, right? But they're also going through some sense of awakening as well, right? So they're going through a spiritual awakening right now, and they're transforming into the person they've chosen to become. So they are working through how they are showing up in the relationship with you and how you see them. And this is someone who's local to you as well. So you won't have to go far to find them because they're already in your area. So this is perhaps someone on your mind that you know already. They're within reach and you're just checking up on the energies and seeing how they feel about you at this time, right? Okay. Then you also have mistaken. I'm not the person who is in your life right now. Have you mistaken the wrong person for your soulmate? Ooh, that's very interesting. So for some of you, this person is local, but perhaps it may not be the correct person you're thinking about, right? Who you might envision to be your soulmate for those. So that's just for some of you, right? Okay, so or maybe because I was talking about all those options before, so some of you who have quite a few people to choose from at this time, maybe you're not quite sure if you selected the right one. So the right one might not be in your local area or within your vicinity, right? And yeah, so location. In order for us to be together, one of us will have to relocate. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. So there might have to be a little bit of travel here and there, right? For one of you in order to connect a little bit more deeper in terms of just living and just being able to express one another's feelings in person, right? There's also a mission. We share a mission for helping others. We have a mission to fulfill in this world together. Okay, very interesting. So some of you have very close connection in terms of how you view your like morals, ethics, values, right? Ooh, that's interesting. Ooh, adventure. Seek adventure together. It adds excitement to your journey. Then you also have the X. All right, we also got something along the lines of twin flame here. So we did get a sense of soulmate and twin flame. So that's very interesting. And twin flame and soulmate are very different in how they show up, right? But for the most part, the person you're thinking about does want to have some sense of adventure with you, and they could be a twin flame, right? So trust the magnetic pull of your twin flame. It will guide you towards them. So if you are interested in having a connection with this twin flame that's on your mind, go forth and pursue that. We also are having a little bit of ex feeling. So this might be an ex that you had a relationship with in the past who's currently on your mind, who you might want to rekindle some sort of connection with, right? But they may not be the person that is like that soulmate connection that perhaps you're seeking, but they very well might be someone you're still of interest in. And I think that's still a very positive outlook as well to have. But they're healing from the past heartbreak, and it's taking a little bit of time for them. But it's asking you to just, have patience with them because they're trying to have patience with themselves as well at this time. But yeah, it's very interesting. So twin flame might be in a local area, but your soulmate might be someone you will have to relocate for. And that might be a little bit more trickier for some of us because we might be working. I'm getting a sense of like remotely. We may not be able to go out and about to find this person who might be that potential soulmate, right? So it's a little trickier when you are already kind of settled in a particular environment and you're kind of questioning whether or not how do you get from A to B to that location of finding your soulmate, right? And that can be very tricky, especially with the existing circumstances that we might be undertaking at this time or undergoing, based on career, where we live, and what is going on within the vicinity at this time. And there's also a sense of sacrifice. Love may come with a sacrifice. Evaluate what you're willing to give up. So if you are interested in going forth into this relationship with the person on your mind, whether that be your ex you want to rekindle things with, or this is just someone you haven't quite had a relationship with quite yet, it's going to require a little bit of sacrifice in that regard. And you'll have to evaluate what you're willing to give up, right? So that might be, where you live. That might be, just I'm getting existing relationships too. Maybe you're in a relationship and you're not quite happy at this time, for some of you, and you're kind of wondering if you should take a step back and kind of reevaluate. But that's very interesting. We also have divine timing here. So trust in divine timing. Love arrives when it's meant to. So it's not for everyone, but for those of you who are single, the person that you're thinking about will arrive at the right time when it's meant to, right? We also have a little bit of deception here and attraction coming through, okay? So someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So for some of you, there might be a little bit of deception occurring. And then for others, there's also a little bit of attraction, right? And it's interesting to see deception here as well. So maybe you are already aware of some of the deceptions that are coming through in the relationship, and you're just kind of on guard. You're being quite almost like you're being very mindful. Yes. And there's also playfulness as well. So although there is a little bit of deception, you have that attraction, you're kind of just enjoying the moment fully. There's a little bit of playfulness, right? So I'm kind of curious, for some of you, how that kind of plays out in the relationship. But to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So it's very interesting. Perhaps the person that you're thinking about is being a little deceptive with their emotions fully, like they don't want you to fully know what's on their minds, or there is just general deception occurring for whatever reason, right? The universe is asking you to love yourself first, and that might also be why you might be seeing some deception. Perhaps this person is already very focused on themselves and loving themselves first before they, provide that love back to you. But we also have a little bit of retreat as well. It's time to disconnect from the world. So either you or them are going to retreat from, the public eye and just go off and kind of do your own thing. And then we also have engagement. Oh, okay. So that kind of tells us why there's a little bit of deception happening here. There's some sort of engagement happening, so they might have to hide things for a while so you don't know what happens next, right? Because an engagement is a very special moment in time. So congratulations to those of you who are getting engaged. But deception will have to occur in order for something like this to happen, because you don't want to know right away, but at the same time you kind of know, but you don't want to know. So that's very special. So congratulations. But yeah, there's going to be a little bit of soft lies here and there, so you don't know exactly what's happening. But that does make quite a bit of sense there. They don't want you to know quite yet what they have in store for you, right? And that makes sense with the retreat. So definitely, I get an elopement from this card too. Every time I see it, you're kind of just going away with the person, and it's very sweet. So you probably will have some sort of eloping sort of engagement occurring, but your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So this person on your mind looks like they're very committed to you, right? And yeah, looks like some of you will have an engagement coming up very soon. So let's check out what's happening in terms of how they're viewing you, in terms of just their feelings, what's on their mind. So in the current situation, we have the Three of Pentacles, right? And we were talking about all these different elements of deception, attraction, engagement. There's a little bit of playfulness. There might be some X energy floating through, so keep that in mind as we go through. But their current existing feelings with the Three of Pentacles is almost a sense of collaboration. They want to build with you, right? And universe is telling me to put this here, so we're going to go a little bit more in your current situation of what's helping or hindering you. But with the Three of Pentacles, not only is there collaboration and building, but there is a sense of growth and skill being involved in order to grow and craft the relationship that they desire. But what's helping or hindering some of you at this time is the Three of Swords, which is about heartbreak. There's some truths coming through. There's some emotional pain and sorrow as well. So there is a little bit of back and forth. I'm getting a little bit of different energies here, right? And then with the Queen of Pentacles is about nurturing something. It's rooted. It has a sense of abundance and resourcefulness. So while there is some sense of heartbreak in the past, it looks like some of you are going to rekindle some relationships that you've had previously, right? That might have been deceitful. That might have been just purely playful, right? But there is still attraction there, okay? Yeah. And let's see what we have here for the past. So in the past, you have Justice. So with Justice, this is highlighting very much so the truth of things. There's a balance and fairness and even a sense of accountability at play. So the current person on your mind is being and taking accountability of their actions, right, of the past. And their goals and ideals is all about that sense of wisdom from the past. They have a sense of solitude and reflection, right? But they're also soul searching. We got a little bit of that in the beginning of the reading, that they're still working on themselves, right? And then with the Empress, in their near future, they're thinking about creating something with you that is nurturing, full of abundance. I am getting a little bit of fertility, so perhaps you do have a child with this individual, or you are about to have a child with this individual, but they kind of see you as a potential mother or a father or someone that they could essentially be with and see that parenthoodness in them. Parenthoodness, I'm not even sure if that's a word, but you embody someone that they see themselves being with for the rest of their life, right? And especially like a wonderful figure to have children around, right? So we have the Five of Cups here in the existing approach of them, right? We also got the Emperor. We got a few final cards, so very interesting here. So I'll just put that here. But yeah, with the Five of Cups, we have a little bit of sense of like grief and some sense of loss and regret occurring. There was some disappointment in the way that they handled things with you, which is why we have a little bit of deception as well. So maybe They were getting ready to do something, or perhaps they had some sort of action that just didn't work quite well in their favor or your favor, or even the relationship overall. But it looks like in their existing environment, with the Eight of Wands, they're kind of thinking about how to send a message to you in a way that will create momentum in the relationship, create flow, and allow it to transcend and travel forward. And then what you need to know, or what they are trying to express to you at this time, is the Six of Wands, which is about recognizing you as an individual in their life. They're almost like, I'm seeing a sense of pride as well in that. Like they want you to know that you are the prize, that you are the reward in this relationship, and it looks like they're looking to do more for you and for the relationship going forward. And we do have quite a bit in their final outcome as well on how they're approaching you and seeing you at this time. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. So they want things to change in terms of the fate of the relationship. There are a lot of cycles that you have undergone with them, but there is a lot of good luck and fortune. And it looks to be that they are someone potentially worth pursuing further in terms of the final outcome, in terms of the destiny of the relationship, right? You also have the Ace of Pentacles. So how they're seeing you through that Ace of Pentacles is kind of just like they're planting seeds of prosperity with you, and they see the opportunity of a stable relationship going forward, and they want to keep growing that, all right? And then with the Emperor, it's all about having that sense of structure, stability. There is a strong sense of respect towards you, despite some of the deceptions that they might have had in the past. They are being very strategic about how they pursue you, what they plan on doing with the relationship. And there's also a sense of authority, like they are almost taking accountability for actions of the past, present, and potential future of the relationship, and how it's going to evolve and grow. So it's a very beautiful final outcome here. So based on everything we've heard thus far and seen from the universe and spirit, there is a little bit of X energy here. So some of you are interested in an X. You're thinking about an X relationship or a past relationship, or you're thinking about someone who's with you in a local vicinity, or some of you might have some sort of sense of distant relationship that's happening that you might be traveling to in order to pursue that further. But it's looking to be very positive despite that. So go forth with confidence and know that everything looks to be quite positive in terms of how this person sees you. And it's just a lot of just working with this individual to overcome any of those obstacles that you might have had in the past, so that you can move forward into a more prosperous relationship, because they see you as a prize, as a almost a person that they want to be with for the rest of their life and create a solid foundation and family with. So thank you so much for joining me for today's reading. And if this reading resonated, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And until next time, trust your path and let the universe work its magic.